Hiya, I'm Lucy Robinson. I am an SEO manager and the SEO leader for our Not Just a Grad scheme. And I just wanted to gather some of our previous grads and current grads here today to talk about the scheme. SEO is one of those things where it doesn't really matter what your background is. In our team alone, we've got a really wide mix of educational backgrounds. So of us all, there are 52% of us that studied humanity degrees, so lots of English students, history students, those sort of things. And then our next biggest proportion is business and marketing degrees, which is obviously a little bit more closely related to SEO, so that's 32% of our team. And then following on from that, we've got 12% who studied kind of creative arts degrees, and then 4% of us didn't go to uni at all and did kind of more practical courses in things like web design. So yeah, really wide mix, and we're really keen to encourage people from all backgrounds. It really does not matter whether you have a degree or not, or what that degree is in. What's really important is the sort of skills that you bring to SEO and the things that you enjoy. So things like problem solving, kind of a little bit of creativity, a little bit of I don't know what else you need, but we'll talk about it today. So yeah, I'll let the guys introduce themselves, and if there is anything that you're interested in SEO after this, do apply and do get in touch with us.
Cool. I'm Josephine. I was in the first version of the Journey Further Not Just a Grad scheme with Ross, and I'm an SEO analyst now.
I'm Dom. I'm a current grad. I started last July, and yeah, I'm an SEO executive at the moment.
I'm Ross. So as Josephine said, I started in January 21 with her, and now I'm also up to the role of SEO analyst.
Hi, I'm Naz. I've been in the SEO grad scheme for 7 months now, so it's been going really well.
So what made you all want to apply for the SEO Not Just a Grad scheme?
During COVID, I was just looking for some different ways to earn some money, and I had some exposure to SEO practice there, and I got to write meta descriptions, title tags, and get involved with keywords, and obviously that sort of got me more interested in pursuing SEO. And then obviously this opportunity came up. I saw the advert and I put my application in, and here I am.
Did anyone else have a background in SEO or know a bit about it before?
No, I came from a teaching background, so no SEO background at all. Just my best friend did SEO and he told me how good it was. And then I threw in my application and here I am.
So yeah, my background is mainly sort of customer service type roles and working in the rail industry. So there's actually quite a lot of transferable skills. So I think one of the main skills is sort of time management, communicating with clients. But there's loads of different skills that sort of come into action as soon as you start the role. So the SEO grad scheme is mainly for anyone who's just enthusiastic or just wants to have a career change, and it's one of those job roles that gets you sort of thinking quite broadly as well.
Yeah, so I was going to go into a completely different industry. I was going to go into publishing. I was applying for masters, and then COVID hit, and I was kind of I don't want to do this anymore. But I did an English degree, but I also did a program where basically it was getting people who were in the arts to using maths and Excel. So that program taught me a lot of Excel, taught me a tiny bit of R, taught me how to do maths, which I'm not great at. I'm better now. But it was just I missed that sort of the content of English and reading a lot of books and being able to write myself, along with sort of just kind of having that diverse skill set of being able to say, this is good content, and here's how you can back it up with data. So that's kind of something that's really helped me in SEO, is kind of merging the two things. So being able to tell stories from data and being able to say look, these are just numbers, but if I make it pretty for you, you'll understand what's happening here.
Yeah, it's a real mix of skills, isn't it? And yeah, you do get to kind of mix and match the creativity and the data, as you say, and you don't have to be a maths genius to still be bloody good at SEO. You need all of those little pieces. So this might be a big question, but what do you enjoy most about SEO?
I think I enjoy sort of the variety of tasks and clients, and that no day's the same, which again is sort of one of my favourite things about teaching that I moved out of, was that I got used to having 5-year-olds crying at me and vomiting and stuff, whereas here it's just tasks for the client. No vomits yet. Yet. But yeah, no, you just get lots of different tasks, lots of different clients, and yeah, just doing crazy things like I was writing about horses wearing horseshoes and why that's handy. So, and then other days I'm working on like Virgin Money. So lots of different things.
So it's quite satisfying because SEO kind of has a reputation as quite like a long-term strategy. It's something you properly have to work at for a while. So kind of being able to look back on 6 months ago, like 12 months ago, and be like, okay, this is where we were now. This is where we were before. This is where we were now. And it's all our work that did that, which is very satisfying. Because it's not, you can't do it in a day. You can't do it in a week. But when you kind of sit down and think about what you've done and how much work you put into it and kind of see that graph go up. I love a graph going up. I think that's kind of what makes it all worth it in the end, because I mean, like, it can get hard, but it's satisfying, it's fun. Graphs go up, numbers go up.
So have there been any particular highlights of your time at Journey Further so far in the grad scheme?
Yeah, so one of my favourite things about Journey Further is the flexibility, and I mean that both in like time management way, because you can work at any time during the day as long as it doesn't like clash with a meeting or anything. And then obviously the flexibility with it being a digital industry and your laptop can go many places. So working abroad may have happened a few times, which is always lovely because the weather in Leeds isn't perfect.
How many countries have you worked from or cities?
Just done, cities. 3. Countries is easy. So I'd say Spain, Italy, main ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice place to do some SEO. Nice.
Ross has very strategic friends dotted all over Europe.
So yeah, the social events really for me. Obviously, yeah, Journey Further is quite like value driven, and one of the values is togetherness. So in the middle of the summer, they put on the Summer Smash, which is just like a 2-day holiday with your work friends. But yeah, no, it's great. And then the Christmas party was good too. And yeah, it's all been a highlight. It's all been great so far. So yeah.
So if this has piqued people's interest, what would you advise anyone who is interested in applying for the SEO Not Just a Grad scheme?
I guess my piece of advice is that you have a lot more skills than you think you do. And skills can come from anywhere. So I used to use the most random things when I was applying. I used to say, oh, I'm really good at public speaking because I did theater. I wasn't good at theater, but I learned how to speak from it. And I learned how to not be scared in front of a lot of people. So that was something that helped me in the application process, was just kind of thinking, these are people. I'm just going to talk to them like they're people and kind of get that kind of ball rolling with an interview, because I think that's kind of the hardest thing, is getting a conversation going. So just kind of be yourself and sort of, just be yourself, just, show where your passions are and everything.
My best piece of advice would just be, just to get stuck in, just take all the advice that you can get, and just be a sponge really, and just learn from the best people in the industry, and just take it all in your own stride. Like, there's not like a level that you have to get to so quick. Like, you can do it at like your own pace, which is quite good because there's quite a lot of info to take in. But once you do it your way, then that's probably like the best way. So
I think one of the things that you did as well I remember your interview really well. You really just showed that you understood how websites kind of worked and what a user wants. So again, I think you don't need to necessarily understand every single thing about SEO, but if you do like the sound of SEO, just have a think about like how you interact with websites, because you go on them every single day, and just some of the things that you notice. And I think that was something that stood out for you. I remember you kind of raising a lot of things on my client's site, which I'm like, yeah, I agree. That was the thing. I think you don't have to be an expert, but just showing that you kind of are interested in the user journey and how the internet works. I don't know how it works in depth, but I understand what a user wants, and then you're going to be good at SEO if you put your mind in that place.